Bang! Neeves Knives. I'm Jared, and we have the new Kizer Fiest in red micarta and 3V steel. That is amazing. Also, shout out to MOJAVE Outdoors. You can get all your Kizers from MOJAVE Outdoors. I have a 10% discount code, Neeves Knives. Now, if you want to make it easy for yourself, I've linked everything down in the description. So all you gotta do is hit the link. You can get right over to MOJAVE Outdoors and save yourself some money with your orders by using the discount code, Neeves Knives. Shout out to MOJAVE Outdoors, man. They've supported Neeves Knives a lot, and I really appreciate all their support. Definitely get your Kizers from there, man. They're killing it for sure. Now, Kizer Fiest, man. What an awesome little knife. Very popular Justin Lundquist design. Now, this brings it to a whole nother level. We have 3V steel, and this micarta, Kizer's killing it with their micarta. Their micarta is such good quality. I really, really like it. Now, this one's fresh out of the package. Fresh out of the package, and it's not quite red yet. Now, you can see this side starting to get a little darker faster because I've been holding it for a few minutes. But if you look over here at the Kizer Harpoon, you can see how it's going to start aging. Now, this one I really haven't had as much time as I'd like to. I have a test on it coming up soon. So it's going to get a lot more time in the hand, but you can already see the difference in the color. And this is going to get even darker, like a lot darker, once I really start testing it. But yeah, it's the nature of this kind of micarta that's going to age really nicely and get nice and even dark red. Right now it's just nice and fresh, but man, it is so soft. This stuff it feels like cloth, and you can see all the fibers in it. I love the side cut section. It looks really good. You can see how even all the fibers are, and you can really feel them too. The texture's really nice. Now, the coating on the blade, because 3V, let's talk about 3V steel. 3V is an awesome steel. It's mega tough. Like, its toughness is off the charts. Its edge retention is also really good. Kind of similar to like S30V. Really good edge retention. But its one downfall is it's not corrosion proof. Like it can rust. It can rust pretty quickly. So having it coated like this is, helps make it better, I guess. It definitely was a good idea to coat this because, you're not going to have to worry about the corrosion problems that 3V will have in the future with this coating. So awesome that they did put a coating on it. Now, they also crowned the spine, very, very soft on the spine, which is really nice because this blade, the shape, the size, the everything is compact. So you can get even though it is a small compact knife, you can get a full grip on this knife, full grip, and you have just enough cutting length to where you could really put this thing to good use. Being the neutral grip it is, you're going to be nice and close to the blade. So it's nice having that crowned spine on your thumb. It feels nice and comfortable, nice and soft. The action on all of the Kizer Fiests, they're amazing. They have really, really good snappy front flipping action. The jimping is well done. Even with the coating, it doesn't make it slick. It's nice and grippy. So having it in hand, like I said, even though it's a small compact knife, you still have a full grip on it. So it's really easy to get your hands around it and, flick it with the front flipping action. And it's very snappy. The detent is well tuned for the front flipping action. Access to the lock bar is very nice, very generous. You can see how they put this cutout on this side, and they left you a nice good amount to disengage it. The detent is nice and early right there, so you're going to be past the detent it's not like mega early, but since there's no flipper tab, it's easy to just be past it. Now, if you hold up too high, you can kind of stop it right there, or like even on the back, because when you unlock, you can see that you can stop it from going forward. So you want to move your hand out of the way and let it kind of fall. Very nice drop, though. Very, very smooth on its ceramic caged bearings. Mine is still breaking in. Mine is fresh out of the package. Fresh out of the package. I literally just pulled it out before I clicked record. Well, I flipped it for a couple minutes, and then I hit record. I've already tested a few of these. So I know a lot about the Kizer Fiest. I've had the different versions. They've had multiple different versions because this has been a very popular model from Justin Lundquist by Kizer. So, it's no surprise that they made another edition of it. A deep carry clip that is inset, not reversible, I'm sorry to say, but it is inset, and this is going to be an amazing clip for this knife. Deep carry. It's going to be very easy in and out of the pocket. Good quality clip. However, it's also comfortable in the hand for this kind of knife. It's not like this is like raised up really high and then like it's just going to be poking you in the hand. It's actually rather comfortable for a deep carry clip. Surprisingly good. And being this neutral grip that is rather thin, that is nice because you get, at least in my hand, I get a perfect 4-finger grip. I mean, I could technically bear down on this pretty easily, even though it's, a slim compact knife. Going to be very easy to carry, very easy to get in and out of the pockets, to get, deploy, get into work, make your cuts. The grind and geometry is pretty good on it. It is, not a mega slicer, but it's also not robust at all. It's going to be a great cutter, great slicer. It's a great blade shape. Now, they had, with the original titanium ones, they had a couple different blade shapes. This is going to be the only blade shape for this one, which is probably the best blade shape that they made with them. I guess that's arguable, but this is such a good blade shape, and the length of the handle with the grip and the blade, it's going to work so good for utility cuts, good slicing, good push cuts. You're going to be able to get a lot of work done with this little knife. I remember testing the other ones, and they were always very impressive to me, even though they're not big knives. They are small compact knives, but they work really good, especially for that little fine detail stuff. So awesome knife. I'm happy to get this one to your guys' attention. I do think it's gonna probably sell out pretty quick because this is arguably the best version they've come out with. I guess that's arguable. So just depending. Now, some people are gonna say 3V. Why would you put 3V on a little knife like this? Isn't that fixed blade steel? Doesn't 3V work better in hard use scenarios? Yes, I would say that too. But I think there are people out there that want sometimes smaller, compact knives that are tough, that are very tough, that they can be a little bit more tougher on that edge without, sacrificing chips and damage. So, and it's still going to give you really good edge retention. So you're going to get the best of both worlds. And then since it is coated, you're not going to have to worry about the one downfall. Now, it doesn't matter if you're not hard on your knives. Sometimes you just like to know that you can be, right? If you wanted to. And, not saying that the handle and everything else is set up for that. And I could see people saying, yeah, it's not logical because you're not going to be able to put this steel through the type of pressure that, that it exceeds in. And I get that, but it's still fun. It's still awesome. I'm sure there are some people out there that maybe like to be just a little bit tougher on their cutting tasks and things like that. Maybe that could result in, deforming of the edge and chipping of the edge and things like that. So, it's hard to say what everybody does, but regardless, of that, it still has great edge retention. So, you know, regardless if you're not tough on your knife and you're never going to use the potential this steel has, it doesn't matter. I mean, you're going to, 3V takes an incredible edge too. And I'll say this, I have another knife in there in 3V by them, and I've been very impressed with it. At first, when I did my review on it, and I'm talking about the Critical Mini, I wasn't able to really put it through the pressures of which I could really say whether or not it was good for that knife. But now that I've had it for quite a while and I've used it a lot, I was impressed with their 3V. I think they did a pretty good job on it. The edge held up really good. I mean, and it came out really good too. Sharpening it, man, it took a heck of an edge and just seemed like it held it for so long. I was definitely impressed with it, or I'm still, being impressed by it. But there you guys go. The Kizer Fiest in red micarta and 3V steel. Like I said, you can get all your Kizer knives using my links below in the description. I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.